Solutionaries, welcome everybody to Solutionary. You guys know that we do this every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Streaming, talking about the things that are most important, pop culture, politics, all that other good shit. Y'all know how we do. We gotta talk about this right here, guys. We gotta talk about this guy, this Theo Hugley, man. Like, I don't even know where to begin. I'm not sure where it started, but I went back. And got a little bit of history on our brother D.L. Hugley. Got a few things on him, actually. But for those of you that don't know, Janet Jackson made a statement a few days ago, and it was very, very like milk toast. It wasn't a like, yeah, I'm here to like slam. What's up, Ryan, with the $10 super chat? Appreciate you there, brother. Ryan's one of our best students over at Solutionary University. After this live tonight, there is class, civics. Desmond Powell says, Janet, speak the truth about the fraud. I want to get into it, guys, because we got about a half hour. There's so many layers to this conversation as it relates to, this guy and like his shenanigans. And I just don't, it's weird because it seems like this just happened like last week type vibe. Like, for some reason, over the last, I don't even think it was this hard on the last election cycle, but like, wow, like D.L. Hugley has turned into some other shit. Him implies the bags must be heavy, and I know they're never gonna cop to like taking the money, but it's insane, right? Thank you for that super chat, Sharon C. $20 super chat. We appreciate that, guys. When y'all tapping with those super chats, please know two things. One, that I want you to ask questions with the super chats and/or highlight a small business. If you don't have a question, if you know somebody that does a thing, that has a business, is doing something, put their name in the super chat so they can get some love too. That's one. Two, the questions. Ask the questions in the super chat. It helps out a whole lot. So again, I'm gonna read something to y'all real quick. And brief breakdown real quick. Brief breakdown. We're talking about Janet Jackson's statement about Kamala Harris. Okay, Ryan Jackson, that's his business. Ryan Jackson LLC. All right. We're talking about the Kamala Harris statement by Janet Jackson. I want to read it to you all real quick because it's a few twists and turns. I came in on D.L. Hugley because he just jumped out there on the first one to like dick ride and try to cancel Janet Jackson, right? But this ain't really about him. It's more so about what Janet said. So I want to read this to y'all real quick and go over these kind of topsy-turvy, how this is kind of went, right? All right, now let's get to it. Janet Jackson's, so first, wait, stop real quick. Let's go back. Let's go back, okay? There was a statement that Janet Jackson made about Kamala Harris. Then after she made the statement, somebody said her team issued an apology. And now I have a draft of people saying, Janet's like, that wasn't me. That person couldn't speak for me. I didn't apologize for that shit. Which is great because I was a little let down. I was like, oh, Janet, you know, damn, Janet, you're going to back out. But come to find out she didn't. So it's a little bit of time, stay with me on these twists and turns, y'all. Janet Jackson's Sunday apology for recent comments about Vice President Kamala Harris was reportedly not authorized. In an interview with The Guardian on Saturday, the 58-year-old singer was asked about her thoughts on Harris potentially becoming the first Black female president. Now, that's the context. Because a lot of people are trying to act like she just jumped out there, and D.L. Hugley was one of them. He was one of them. Jumped out there as if she was just jumping out there to attack Kamala Harris, right? And in doing so, that context, she said, quote, now this is from The Guardian on Saturday, quote, well, you know what they supposedly said, Jackson said. She's not Black. That's what I heard. I think she's Indian. When the interviewer argued that Harris was both Black and Indian, Jackson continued, quote, her father's white. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days. I was told that they discovered her father was white. Now, that's the statement that got all of these soy boys like D.L. Hugley and mostly D.L. Hugley jumping out there. She was asked a question about the ethnicity of Kamala Harris. She answered the question based on what she knew and just saying, hey, I haven't watched the news in a long time. And we all know that Janet Jackson is sheltered. Let's be very, very clear. Janet Jackson is sheltered. I remember one episode, somebody asked her, I think one of them interviews from way back, that documentary, somebody was like, yo, do you eat Doritos? And she was like, or Cheetos? And she was like, what is that? Like, Janet Jackson has been famous since she was like 5, okay? So she's sheltered. So she's asked this question. She gives the answer. Y'all thought she was Black and Indian. I thought she was like, what's up with that? I think her dad's white. I haven't watched the news. Now that was the attack. That was the attack, right? Quote unquote. D.L. Hugley jumps out here. Let me read what D.L. Hugley says. Now this right here is from TMZ.com. D.L. Hugley slams Janet Jackson for comments about Kamala Harris's race. He says, you've no right to comment on Kamala's race. You have the nose of a white woman. First and foremost, we all watched her grow up. We all watched her on Good Times. We saw it. She had the same nose the whole time. But anyway, D.L. Hugley's making Janet Jackson the punchline of his latest roast after the singer publicly questioned Vice President Kamala Harris's race. The comedian took to X as Jackson's controversial remarks picked up steam, and the funny man made it clear her comments were no laughing matter. Initially, Hugley slammed Jackson's rhetoric for sounding like a Trump rally. For those who may not know, Donald Trump has previously questioned Harris's racial identity, suggesting this summer that the Democratic nominee happened to turn Black for political advantage. That's what happened. That's what fucking happened. I just want everybody to stop pretending. Just stop pretending. She rolled in on the Indian thing, and I just own it, right? It's people in India, skin color is black as hell. So that's what happened. And it's like, oh no, she was black the whole time. Like, shut the fuck up. Just say I use certain things to certain advantages. But anyway, Hugley laid into Michael Jackson's sister for seemingly fueling this narrative, and even took shots at the music legend's physical appearance. He added, quote, it's a little ironic to question whether someone is black while you're breathing through the nose of a white woman, end quote. Hugley doubled down on the shade too, adding in a follow-up post to Jackson, quote, looks the way she does because she has a plastic surgeon, end quote. He continued, quote, all I know is Kamala looks like she did when she was in Oakland, but Janet don't look like she was when she was Penny on Good Times. What the hell was in that iron? Jackson has yet to apologize for incorrectly claiming Harris's father was white, even shooting down one unauthorized apology that claimed to come from her camp. So the camp jumped out there. Oh, she didn't know. They was ready to tap dance. They was ready to be all in the, oh no, we love the Democrats. Oh, we need, yeah. They was ready to do that. And her team was like, she was like, no, it's not legit. I said what I said. And she actually said, I didn't really know. I don't watch the news. I haven't seen it in a while. Okay? And this is what I heard. So this gets turned into this weird ass weirdo situation with D.L. Hugley. And never mind the fact that her brother died last week. Never mind the fact that Tito Jackson died last week. And mind you, this interview with The Guardian came out on Saturday. Now, whenever they filmed it or recorded it, I don't know. But she lost her brother last week. What's up, Bookworm? So these are all things that I just start to go like, what's up with Main Man? And I want to hear in the chat, guys. If you're coming into the chat, hit the like button. Everybody in here, boost the like button. If you're watching this on X, if you're watching this on Rumble, if you're watching this on whatever, YouTube, hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. We need to make sure that we boosting the signal for this. And I just want to hear from you guys in the chat as well when we have this discussion about these comedians that seem to want to pick and choose times when they want to be disrespectful to which black women. I want to show y'all something real quick. And this is very, very interesting, okay? Very interesting. Let's share this right here. Y'all remember this? Remember this right here? Let me know over the chat if y'all can see this.
And then let's face it, you know, he called them hoes, nappy-headed hoes, and they weren't hoes. But it was some nappy-headed women on that.
In fact, I got my music on in the background. Let me turn that shit off real quick. Let me turn this off real quick, guys. Let's go back to this. Give me in the chat. Let me know if y'all can see and hear this.
Shut up. I'm going to say it. I don't give a damn. Y'all like it or not. You know it's true. Them are some of the ugliest women I ever seen in my whole life. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Ross here. Thank you.
Let's run it back. No. Let's run it back. Let's play it again because I had other shit going on. This is D.L. Hugley on the Jay Leno show. And there was a debacle around the whole players where Don Imus has said, them some nappy-headed hoes. So he was being rude to African-American women. And somehow D.L. Hugley now his argument is, oh, we got to be protecting the black, all of that other shit he be saying. But let's go back. Let's
face it, you know, he called them hoes, nappy-headed hoes, and they weren't hoes. But it was some nappy-headed women on that team. Shut up, I'm gonna say it. I don't give a damn. Y'all like it or not. You know it's true. Them are some of the ugliest women I ever seen in my whole life.
But this is our guy, though, right? Pause this. Let's stop this. This is what I'm talking about, though, guys. We have these people jumping out here saying all of this wild shit here and there and picking and choosing and just back-to-back contradictions. All right. Somebody said MK2, Mr. K2B2 says, I don't listen to court gestures. 100%. Hypocrisy is at its best. Ryan Jackson said hypocrisy at its best. Who else is this? Bookworm says he didn't believe his daughter that was sexually abused. He doesn't give a about black women, just his pockets. What story was that? He didn't believe that his daughter was sexually abused? That's wild. So we have, again, for everybody that's just jumping in, obviously, guys, hit the like button. We're going to talk about this for a few more minutes because we got to get into class. Civics class is at 7 p.m., guys. So we're going to take a little bit on this, and then we're going to jump into that. You, in turn around and say something like, oh, how dare you question this person's perspective? You not question even a statement. And then you go on to make fun of Janet Jackson, who's, I think Janet Jackson's number 7 or 9 on the Billboard, longest on the Billboard charts. I think she's ahead of her brother. I think Mike might be like 9 and like she's like 7 or something like that. So she's the most decorated musician, maybe outside of her brother and maybe Elton John, right? Maybe like an Elvis Presley or some shit like that. So like the conversation about, you know, he's make these statements about she's not relevant, she's this, she's that. You're attacking this black woman for someone that has done nothing for the black community as it relates to what the job is supposed to be. And you're attacking this person based on a statement that she said in question and saying, well, I haven't watched the news. Is that the case? Is that Text and context matters. And so he jumps at the opportunity to jump out there and tap dance for the Democrats, jumps at it. 1,000% just straight jumps at it. Just goes, oh, she got such and such nose and she got this. I don't understand what the fuck is going on in Democrat world. Plies, Ricky Smiley, what's his name? Fake hair for a while, big chiclet teeth, Steve Harvey. Okay, what the fuck is going on with these grown men? Because it's weird because I'm not even seeing women push up for him. I'm not seeing women push up for Kamala Harris, but the men are going out of their way to attack women for just asking a question all in the name. But at the same time, you go back and you say, oh, they only seem to be doing it for political candidates on the Democrat side. This is wild. And this is somehow, to me, this shit is all tying into the Diddy shit. Like this has got to be something. I refuse to believe that grown men are this hard up and tap dancing for just no reason. Because let him tell it, you know, when he went to the DNC, let him tell it. He said he wasn't paid for that. Same thing when Dr. Umar just checked him. Umar checked him and said, come on, let's come to the auditorium of my school that you say that doesn't exist. And let's have that debate. Then he want to tap out. See, I don't know what's happening. And I can't speculate, but it does not look right. It looks hella strange. It looks super strange that these grown men just go out of their way to do something, to speak this way towards people that question a narrative. They just simply question a narrative and go, I don't know what's happening. I just don't understand what's going on. And again, this is the same person that jumps up there. Oh, there's some nappy-headed hoes. He sided with Don Imus in that space. And again, I know that we give room to comedians. We give a comedic license to comedians because they say some, raunchy stuff and here and there. But it's supposed to be up the middle. Everybody could get it. Free smoke for whoever is a comedian. Free smoke for whoever. But this is not what's happening. It's not what's happening. I want us to really, really stop and think about this. And I want you guys to start voting more with your attention and more with your dollars. If you follow DL Hugley, don't. If you follow people, if they're anti-Trump, hating Kamala, whatever it is, you got to give me some sort of policy to go along with this constant attack on any person. I can tell you why I'm a libertarian. I can tell you why I'm not voting for the candidate. I can tell you why. I can tell you exactly why. I can tell you why, what I like about that candidate and his policies. His name is Chase Oliver. I can tell you all of these things. But what you won't see me do, I can make a little joke here and there. We can make fun of Trump and his comb over, even though it's his hair, right? We can make fun of Orange Man bad. We can have those jokes, but I can go, there was no new wars. I can also go, he did a lot of big spending, and that was not conservative. Limited government is not a bunch of big military industrial complex spending. It's not, right? So we can give room for comedic license, but at the same time, it seems like with the Democrats, with the Plies and these pundits, right, and the Harry, whatever his name is, there's never a critique. It's like everything on the Democrat side is 100% right. And when someone asks a simple question or a simple statement like, I don't know, Janet Jackson says, I don't know. I haven't watched the news in a few days. I'm not really sure. But I heard she was white. Is she white? Then this man jumps out there with all of this vitriol. I have a slight theory. I have a theory that, you know how like you see down low, right? Deborah Bradeen says, I'll be buying some Janet Jackson music now. 100%, because she didn't say anything rude, right? I have a theory that these men are actually down low. That's what I think. I think that these men, the down low men that I've watched and seen in passing in life, right? They aren't fully existing in their truth. And because they're not existing in that truth, women also somehow become like this weird like competition. And the women aren't competing with them. They're competing with the women. And so I believe a lot of these soft dudes that they just, the testosterone levels are low, which associates me with some more down low type of energy. And I can't see anything other than that, because I don't know any reason why I would ask for a woman to lead me. And I'm not saying this in a derogatory way. I'm saying I want to generally take care of, nurture, and protect and provide for my woman. Naturally, men would want to be at the forefront of leading and keep the woman not having to do the hard stuff. Asking for a woman to be a president, you see how those presidents age in like one term? Asking for a woman to be president, not saying that a woman cannot be. I think Condoleezza Rice would have made a hell of a fucking president, but I don't think that this person has the damn skill set. As the president, you are the commander in chief, and it's one of the most stressful jobs in the universe. So why would I want to advocate for someone to be in that position unless they a dog with it, right? Hillary Clinton would have made she's a killer. She's a killer. So I don't think that I think this person is ill-equipped. And then when I turn around and see these men not only just advocating and saying white guys for Kamala or whatever, right? I hear that. And I'm like, what in the world would make you say that? And then on top of that, you go extra hard on any women. They critique and attack women outside of just the regular Trump derangement syndrome shit, right? But they go out of their way to attack and attempt to demean women. Now, I heard when Janet Jackson put out a statement saying, "Oh, I apologize. But and I was like, oh, Janet, I understood. Because bro, I don't need that shit. I don't need to hear that shit right now. I'm not trying to, I'm not really trying to do that, right? I don't want to hear that at this moment. Okay? I don't really want to hear that at this moment. So I understand that. saying this to say, I was a little bit disappointed, but I also was like, I understand. And then I got this beautiful information right here. Janet Jackson's Sunday apology for recent comments about Vice President Kamala Harris was reportedly not authorized. Not authorized. Okay? Let me read this a little bit more. BuzzFeed reported that Jackson's manager, Mo El Masri, released a statement on Sunday saying her comments were based on misinformation rather than her actual thoughts on Harris. Quote, she deeply respects Vice President Kamala Harris and her accomplishments as a Black and Indian woman, end quote. The statement said, quote, Janet apologizes for any confusion caused and acknowledges the importance of accurate representation in public discourse. First and foremost, that reeks of a PR apology, not a person's apology. Continued, we appreciate the opportunity to address this and will remain committed to promoting unity, the statement concluded. However, other reports have disputed the statement from El Marzi, claiming he doesn't manage Harris and that the singer is managed by her brother, Randy Jackson. Variety reported, quote, after a confusing turn of events on Sunday, reps for Janet Jackson tells Variety that an unusually worded apology for the singer's ill-informed comments about Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris's racial background was made by a person who is not the singer's manager, as he had claimed, and thus was not authorized to speak on her behalf, end quote. According to IMBD, El Marcy works as, quote, a creative consultant for Jackson, Beyonce, Britney Spears, and Selena Gomez, and he is listed as a producer for the TV series Janet Jackson Family First. In a Guardian interview, Jackson also gave her opinion on whether she believed the country was ready for a woman of color president. This is what Janet Jackson said, and this is the what, we have to get rid of the racist one-drop rule. Okay, I can see that too. This is the part that's very interesting because this is the context that they try to always slip out. When they asked her about this, she says, I don't know, Jackson said. Meaning, Guardian asked her about, do we think that the world is ready or America is ready for the first woman of color president, right? I don't know, Jackson said. Honestly, I don't want to answer that because I really truthfully don't know. I think either way it goes is going to be mayhem. I think there might be mayhem, she continued. Either way it goes, but we'll have to see. Okay? This is what I'm saying. They will take that part out and you won't hear about it. You won't hear about it. You won't. No different than Trump saying, I condemn David Duke. And I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis. They should be condemned. They'll cut that part of the situation out. Media, most effective devil in America. They'll cut that part of the situation out. And then they get their cronies like D.L. Hugley to jump out there and say some wild shit. And then ironically attack the woman as he's saying, you shouldn't be attacking Black women for asking a question. This is Edward Bernays Propaganda 101. Trump does it. German Valencia with the super chat says Harris is a goofy. And I tend to believe that. I think she's a goofy. I think she's 1,000%. When I did that gun talk, and guys, make sure you're supporting the tour. We got a tour coming up for the whole month of October. We're hitting Baton Rouge. Okay, we're hitting Chicago, Cleveland. We're hitting Phoenix. We're hitting somewhere else. I said Chicago, Cleveland, Phoenix, Baton Rouge, and somewhere else, St. Louis. We're hitting a lot of cities. So guys, please make sure that you support. Okay, that's what your super chats and your donations and things of that nature go towards, supporting the work. Saying this to say, guys, this is a PR stunt from the gate. And then when you have somebody like the Plies of the world and the D.L. Hugleys of the world to chop it up and make it look as if it's something that was full and it's more to the sentence, that's why we have to be very careful. We have to be very careful. This isn't about whether you support Trump or not. This isn't about whether you support Kamala or not. This is about government and media propaganda attempting to use pundits and or comedians, entertainers. Entertainers are not leaders. Malcolm told us about that 60 years ago. They'll utilize those people to attempt to shift the public opinion around a thing so you will be ill-informed. And then when you are ill-informed, you follow a narrative. Again, Trump does it. Trump names somebody something. They'll say something stupid like, if we're talking about Indian, what's her name? Pocahontas? Saying she's one such and such whatever, Indian. Girl, you white. Stop. You white. Stop. The politician. But we don't want to critique that, and D.L. Hugley not going to say nothing about that. We have to be making sure that watching and looking out for these people that are trying to wrangle, more specifically black people, to stay on the Democratic side of things. As more black people are going, nah, yo, man, people ain't fucking with Kamala. Like, stop it. No one, give me a sign of somebody in the room. And this Elizabeth Warren, that's her name, right? Pocahontas, right? Give me a sign in the room. And I know this room is more intelligent than that. But I want to say this. If you are in this space or this live, right? And if you genuinely are like, yo, here are the things that I like about Kamala, share them. And if they make sense, we will objectively go, that makes sense. That makes sense. I understand why she wanted to keep them 1,500 or so dudes in jail for cannabis, nonviolent possession charges, because it was good, in her opinion, it was good for the slave labor of the prison industrial complex in California. I understand why you make that move, but don't pretend like that's not why you made that move. I understand why, if you presented something that was logical for her, that, okay, that makes sense. As solutionaries, we are balanced. We're balanced. SLO Subby says, Kamala looks like she make a good drinking buddy. We're balanced. We can be honest about what's going on, okay? She can drop that neck. These are all things that, if that's the reason, but now you got to quantify that with, did you get a slurp? Because you can't say if she can drop the neck. That might be Willie Brown situation. I am genuinely trying to be objective, but we have to, when we see opportunity for objectivity, we have to call out when there's an opportunity for people trying to play this game. They're trying to shift your thought process. So people that may not be solutionaries like us in the chat right now, they're definitely attempting to try to make sure that you are going to just be caught on what the popular pundits and the narratives say on that side. They want the Joy Reids and the whatever to determine what the public perception is. If they can shape that public opinion, and that public opinion is based on misinformation and out of context quotes, and they try to attack anybody that strays away from the narrative, that's one of the ways that they use the media skillfully to try to attempt to get everybody going in the direction of Democrat, 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 not asking about policy, not asking about legislation, not asking about economics, none of those things. Just get a tap dancer, just get a court jester, a comedian to say these things. And if you like them, we're supposed to rock with it. I'm rocking. I'm going to buy, download some Janet Jackson. I'm not getting off a title because Jay-Z sold it. They don't own it no more. Okay. Listen to this. We got some smoke, guys. This guy's here says, let me see. Janet did a high price whole deal when she married that Arab, knowing she would be restricted possibly in the haram. Lost respect with that move. She already had money. She can marry who she wants. She got married. 6'5" Whaler says, are you advocating for critical thinking? Preposterous. It is preposterous in this day and age, but we as solutionaries have to be the exception to the rule. We are the standard, not the norm. We have to be. And these are the things that we have to say. We have to say this out loud. The Veritas One says, D.O. Hugley called the Rutgers girls nappy-headed hoe. Yeah, I got that. I played that earlier in the space. So the contradictions show up, and it's our job to call that contradiction out. It's our job to call that contradiction and expose it to the maximum degree, because some people are not as objective and critically thinking. Some people, I think they're really, really good people. They believe that, why would the news lie to me? They not woke yet. And I don't mean woke the way that people use the term wrong. I mean, they still sleepwalking. They still asleep at the wheel. They're not awake and awoke, paying attention to what's really going out here. And I understand it, why that person would say, well, the news said it, and this, that, and the third. I understand that. I understand that. But we got to start calling these guys out and talking about the policy. Your policy, she's advocating. She's a person that says there needs to be hope, there needs to be a change. Your administration, you're in it right now. Did you do a good job, or do we need change? Which one is it? Which one is it? Is it we need a change from the legislation and policy and administration that I'm a part of right now, or did I do a good job? If you did a good job, then we wouldn't need to change. And if your job is horrible, why would we elect you to do the same thing? See, these are the ways that we got to have conversations about these topics. while calling out the people that are just trying to go with we're going to make fun of this person. We're going to make fun of Janet Jackson's nose. As if, again, we didn't all see that she's pretty much looked the same since she was on Good Times. Okay? You got to be really, really, really logical, guys. And you have to communicate that to the general public that is prone to be influenced by a DL Hugley. You got to do that very, very effectively. And then you go back to what's the policy? What's our policies that we could get behind? And then when most people start to recognize that they don't have an understanding of policy, they don't really have a leg to stand on, they may not do it with you in that moment. They may not do it with you in that moment, but at a certain point they go, yeah, I got to go a different way. We are practicing inception with good information. Okay? We are practicing inception with information that media and the deep state and the government does not want the general public to be a part of. They do not want them to think that way. They don't. And it is what it is, guys. We have to start thinking it this way. Guys, listen, we're going to roll out here. I need you guys to do me a huge favor. I'm going to save this live. I want you guys to share it all over the place. Right now, I want everybody to hit the like button. Let's get the likes up. Like. Everybody hit the like button. It's very, very dope for you to do that, okay? We're getting ready for civics class in about 29 minutes. So I want to start to wrap up. If you guys have any questions in super chats, please, guys, support the work. So far, I think we've had $20, $30, $50 in super chats. Let's see if we can raise another $50 in super chats. Okay, $50 in super chats is $100. It's not that deep, but it helps. Okay, this is very important. $100 in our work can get us flyers for 2 or 3 classes or handouts because we let everybody leave with the actual curriculum. Okay, so if you got some questions, let's jump them in the super chat. We're gonna get ready to start tapping into our civics class. Civics class is every Monday at 7 p.m. Every Monday at 7 p.m. I want y'all to go over to solutionaryuniversity.org. That's right there. That's where you guys can sign up for the classes. The classes will be going from $20 per session to $50 per session October the 1st. And the super way that you can get access to all of the classes is to be a donor at the $100 level. Now, I know it's $100, Biden economics, I understand that. For you doing that, 65 Whaler just gave a $5 super chat. Appreciate you there, Super Whaler. For you guys deciding to do that, okay? If you can give it the $100 level, you get access to all 3 of the online classes. Civics on Monday, Basic Firearms Safety on Firearms Training on Wednesday, Understanding Imminent Threat on Friday. You get access to all of those. They're $20 a piece now until October the 1st, and they'll be $50, which would be $150. You get those free classes. You get access to the Solutionary 9 Telegram group. You get a free t-shirt in your size, not just one size fit all, right? You get access to me helping you with your macros, your health and fitness plan, all that other good stuff. Slow Subby says $10 with the $10 super chat. Appreciate that. Philly in the house. Keep up the good work, Maj. I appreciate you 100%. You get access to all of the classes. I'm going to help you with a health and fitness plan. You get the Solutionary 9 access. You get a free t-shirt, and you get the Black Guns Matter television show, episode 1. All for the $100 for you paying it forward for somebody else. Ryan Jackson is the high man with $30 donation. Appreciate you there, brother. Appreciate that. That's the high number to beat. So if somebody wants to come in and beat Ryan at $30, that's the number to beat. We do that because it's not just about you guys buying the courses or us selling you the courses. We want you to donate. $100 helps. You get more than $100 worth of value, but you're paying it forward by doing it as a donation. You're paying it forward to somebody else. And that's very, very important. Very important, guys. So I'm gonna put the Give, Send, Go link in here. Typing that right now. Boom. That's the link where everybody can do that. That link right there. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. If you donate at the $100 level, I'm going to email you access to all of the classes, get your address, send you the t-shirt, get you the link directly to the television show, get you the link to the Solutionary 9 Telegram group. Ryan's in the Solutionary 9 Telegram group. There's people in the Solutionary 9 Telegram group on the health and fitness component alone that have lost 60 pounds already. There's people that stopped smoking. There's people that are trying to improve their life. So I want you guys to join that as well. That is free to join, but it will not be free to join come October the 1st. Okay? So those are the 2, maybe 3 things that I need you guys to do. Share this all over the place, obviously. Share it when I save it. Donate towards the work. all of your super chats, whether that's a super chat or whatever. If anybody donates a super chat over $100, I'll make sure I find you. Okay, Mr. H with the $10 super chat. Turn off the TV and read more, black folk. Stop following these celebs. We got an awesome t-shirt, Entertainers Are Not Leaders. I should have wore it for this. I should have wore it. But my point here to you all is we need the support. We need the support and the help. And you guys doing these things like this helps. And if you pay it forward for somebody else, again, we're on a tour starting October. St. Louis, Phoenix, Chicago, Cleveland, Baton Rouge. Okay? We're on a tour, and this happens because of your work, your support. You're paying it forward. You get all of that value. You help us add 2 more cities to the actual tour. And that's very, very important. So that's the area where you guys can donate. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary, or just do it as a super chat. And if there's no more questions, guys, I'm going to wrap up. I want everybody to make sure that you're tapping in for the civics class. Civics class is tonight at 7 p.m. If you want to tap in for that, go over to solutionaryuniversity.org, register quickly so we can send you your curriculum to your email, and we'll be ready to learn. Guys, the D.O. Hugleys, the Plies, and I don't know how to say his name in plural, right? Those people are plants. And I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree, right? Which means I'm not crazy with it. But the way that these people operate in the face of, obviously, this person is incompetent. Obviously, this person is, has a drinking problem. Like, she's like an early Pelosi. Obviously, the general public can see it. But these people ignore that in delusion land and try to convince you to attack people that are questioning the narrative. And we have to question and challenge those people when they do it. You're trying to act like Janet Jackson is an icon. She is an icon. And because she asked a question about somebody's ethnicity, which has been a thing, that Kamala Harris has rode the Indian train all the way through California, right? And now she switched up for political reasons. That's what happened. It's not our job to act like that's not what happened. If we're going to be honest Americans, our highest alignment should be to the truth. And that's just what it is. So again, guys, thanks for tapping in. Hope to see you all in civics class tonight in a few minutes, about 26 or 27 minutes. Appreciate you all. Share this all over the place. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. Donate at the $100 level. Get access to all of the online classes. Black Guns Matter Episode 1 television show, unreleased to the public. Solutionary 9 Telegram group. Ryan, give me your perspective real quick. If you're in here, Ryan, still. Tell folks what you think about the Solutionary 9 group, as well as free t-shirt and all of those other different things. If you have health and fitness goals, if you have shooting goals, if you have reading goals, okay, we will help you in this group. I've came up with the macros and workout plans for some of the people that are losing weight right now. Some of these people are in Philadelphia, and I work out with them. I'm helping them. We have to help each other. It's very important. Having these things and these conversations is one step. The other step is what we're doing in our everyday life to strengthen ourselves and make ourselves more holistic and well-rounded. And I want you all to gain access to that group. I want you all to be in all of the classes. That's why Solutionary University, we are universally well-rounded. And I want you to do that by paying it forward for somebody else. So every donor at the $100 level, I'm going to email you. You'll get all of this stuff, and we'll go from there. But I want to see some of you, or as many of you as possible, in tonight's civics class. All right. Ryan Jackson, boom. This is what he said right here. This is what he said. Ryan said, I absolutely love the Solutionary 9 group. I've lost 10 pounds and plan on losing more. It has also helped me spiritually. I didn't pay the brother to say that. It's his experience in the group. Ryan's been in all 3 of the civics class, basic firearm safety, as well as understanding imminent threat. We got to be well-rounded, y'all. They are deploying people to trick you into submission. They have an entertainer. They use the older one this time. Okay. Terry Renee says, Solutionary 9 on Telegram is amazing. I'm just telling you all what it is. We have to create communities that we can share skills, talents, tactics to push back. Because there's some people in our family, friends, loved one, whatever circle they're in. They have a thought process and they're not all the way batshit crazy like some people on the right or some people on the left. They just don't know where to go. And if we sharpen each other, we can give each other tactics on how to engage each one of those different people. And this is the reason why we bundle everything into one thing. Okay. So guys, if you can, and if you want to do it that way, cool. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. That's great. But if you just want to do a super chat, I will find you and he super chat over $100. I don't know what the max of a super chat is, but if it is $100, and if you do that, yeah, man, I'm gonna make sure I get all of the information to you in the classes. It's very important, guys. We take these things that happen in pop culture and we turn them into tools and tactics that we can use as solutions, and we translate that to everybody else in the general public. It's very important. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m., Monday through Friday, 6 p.m., YouTube, Rumble, youtube.com/Maj Toure, rumble.com/Maj Toure, and X at Maj Toure 999. Whatever platform you're watching it on, share it all over the place. I will see you all tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. Be safe, be solutionary.